So if you guys want a super fast villager slash bee powered AFK wheat slash carrot slash potatoes slash beetroot farm like the one I have right here, where the bees will actually pollinate every single one of these crops, which increases the rates dramatically, make sure you guys stay tuned until the very end of the video to see how we build up this very simple farm. So hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and as you guys could tell by the intro right there, in today's video we're going to be building ourselves a bee powered crop farm. And so let me explain what that means. So as you see right here, we have this big container full of tons of villagers, crops, and bees. And how this works is these bees will actually get pollen stuck on the backs of them, as you'll see in a second, and this will drop and this will actually pollinate the crops. As you can see, it pollinates them and it causes them to grow way faster than they normally would. The crops grow way faster. We have a bunch of villagers and they all just trade with this center guy right here, and that's how we will get tons of carrots or potatoes or wheat or whatever you want. So yeah, that's how that works, and that's why it is so much faster than just having a normal villager powered little crop farm. Get right into the tutorial. So the first thing you want to do, of course, make sure you're away from any kind of village or anything like that the villagers will somewhat sync up to. Make sure you're far away from that. And the first thing we're going to do is grab ourselves our building blocks. Any solid block will work. I'm just using some cut sandstone because it's easy to count. And we're going to build up just 6 blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to build ourselves a 21 by 21 square. So I'll show you what this means. So this right here is going to be 1 block. So this is going to be our corner. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And then we're going to turn in this block right here, we'll be counting as our first one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And then as you guys can probably guess, all we're going to do is then go ahead and connect these two sides together, these two corners, until they meet in a point just like so. And then what we're going to do is we need to find ourselves the middle of this, which is this block right here. And so that is 11 blocks away from here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on the 11th block, it is away. And you should have exactly 9 blocks on each side looking at it from the middle. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you also have 9 blocks on that side. And then we're just going to go ahead and build this straight across. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on this side. So then we're going to have ourselves a grid that looks something just like this. Then what we're going to do is grab our grass blocks, and each and every one of these squares, we're just going to fill it in with grass blocks. It doesn't have to be grass blocks, it can just be dirt, but I'm just using grass blocks for now. Then what we can do once our grids are all filled in is we can grab ourselves our stairs and our water bucket. Let's find the middle block in here, so that's going to be this block, and if you want to know how the middle is at, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away from each and every side, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's because water can hydrate in a 4 block radius. So as you can see, the exact middle one, we're going to do the same thing right here. So the middle of every single one of these is where we are going to be placing these little stairs, and they're going to be waterlogging water in it. So all you just do is place water right there, and it will waterlog water into it. Then what we can do is destroy this middle block, and then destroy the blocks around it. Just 1 block around it, so it's going to have a nice little hole that looks something just like that. And right here is where we will be making our collection system. So come right here, build 1 block into the center. This right here is where your villager is going to sit. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring 1 hopper out from the bottom of that. And I'm going to connect a hopper to that hopper in each one of these spots. So it's going to look something just like this. And I'm going to place 1 hopper on top of all of those hoppers, just like so. Then what we can do is we can go ahead and build up each one of these corners by just 1 block, just like so. And then after we place all the little corner blocks, we're going to grab ourselves our trapdoors. We're going to come right here to the middle. We're going to place 1 trapdoor in the middle, flip it upwards so that's facing 1 direction. And then all we're going to do is place the rest of these trapdoors on these hoppers and make sure that we flip them upwards so that they're all facing towards the middle. So that way we get a hole that looks something just like this. So the next of what we need to do after we place in all of our trapdoors and flip them upwards, we need to build some blocks up here. We're going to place a block just like that. Going to place a villager in there. Make sure it is not a green coat villager or a baby, since those guys cannot get jobs. Then grab ourselves some beehives. We want to make sure that these little things right here are facing outwards. So we're just going to do that all the way around and build these little beehives up right up here, just like so. Next up, what we're going to want to do is grab ourselves a composter, place a composter up there, and then grab ourselves a bed, place a bed up there. As you see, this guy should be synced to that composter, and he should get synced up to that bed. If you just go and give him a minute, there he goes, sinking to the bed and then sinking to the composter. Perfect. And so now that your villager in the middle is all situated, what you can do is grab yourselves your hoe and go and start tilling out all of this land right here. Make sure you till every single one of these. And you can place in whatever you want. You can use carrots, wheat, potatoes, and you can actually mix them. So if you want to have all just carrots right here and all potatoes right here and get both of them, that will work. You know, if you want to do carrots, wheat, and potatoes, that will work. And so just to prove to you guys that this will work with multiple crops in here at one time, I have this 2 little squares right here filled in with carrots and these 2 squares filled in with potatoes. You can tell because they look quite a bit different. But now what we're going to do is grab ourselves some grass blocks, and what we're going to do is we're going to break out 5 blocks right here in the center. So as you see, we're in the center right here. We're going to break out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks. Replace them with grass blocks, and we're just going to throw some flowers on top. I'm using corn flowers, but any flower that is 1 block high that the bees will pollinate and actually go to will work. So I'm going to do that right there. I'm going to do this in the corner as well. So that's going to be just 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just going to repeat it throughout the farm. So then again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks. You place them with some grass. And alright, so we went ahead and filled in all of those little grass block spots with our flowers. And now what we need to do is grab ourselves some glass blocks. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and build up 3 blocks high around the whole edge of the farm. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 blocks high. And go ahead and build this up around the whole entire edge of this farm. So once our farm is surrounding that little 3 block high glass wall, what we can do is come right here in the middle, and we're just going to go ahead and put some glass blocks on the tops of this. Make sure we don't cover the bed of the composter. We're going to just build some glass blocks around it just like this, as you can see, all on the same level. And then what we'll do, we will go ahead and build this to the edge and just connect it to the edge just like that, so that way we have a roof over this place. And obviously we need that because we're going to be having a bunch of bees in here, and we don't want the bees to fly away. So, and alright, so once we have this giant glass chamber up like this, in order to get in and out of it, we want to make sure that we use just 2 fence gates stacked on top of each other, because if we were to use a door, villagers can just walk through the door and open it themselves. So make sure we use 2 fence gates to make ourselves a little makeshift door like that. And then now what we're going to do is grab ourselves our composters. We're going to place a composter on each and every one of these little, I guess, stair water things, as you can see on every single one of these little stair water things. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come just 2 blocks, like 1, 2, and on this one. So I guess 3 blocks from the edge and 2 of these normal blocks. And we're going to place just a composter on that. So again, 1, 2, 3, we're going to build one like there, and then 1, 2, and build one right there. And then once again, 1, 2, and build one right there. And then what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves our beds, and on each and every one of these little sandstone slabs, you can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks long. We're still going to throw ourselves a bed down on it. It doesn't matter where, just make sure you throw a bed down on it. And this is because this will cover all of the villagers that are inside here, since they all need beds in order for this to be counted as a village and for them to do stuff. So as you can see, just place down all the beds just like so. But alright, so now you've got all of your composters, all of your beds, and all of your flowers put in. Now we can go and finish up this collection system. So all we're going to do is grab ourselves some rails and some minecart with hoppers. And we're just going to place it so that the rails are, we need 2 rails. And then just go ahead and push the minecart and the hopper where this little hole is. So as you can see, each one of these has one of these. Some of them will be facing the right way, so you just push them in like that. But the ones like this one that are going to be facing sideways, you're going to need 2 rails. And just keep on pushing your minecart and hopper in each and every one of these, right on top of the other hopper, as you can see. And then so now when they sit there and they try and trade with this guy, like, ooh, I want to trade. Oh, straight in the minecart with hopper, straight into our collection system. So yeah, that's how the collection system works out. Really quite simple. And then now we can have the fun of getting all of our villagers in here. We're going to need 8 villagers, since as you guys saw, there is 8 composters, there is 8 beds. So what do we need? 8 more villagers. And so you guys will probably just have to use a minecart with rail system. I have a villager breeder on my channel if you want to check that out and you want to build one. But what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to spawn in 8 villagers. Make sure none of them are green coats or babies, because green coats can't get jobs. Or you can really just have 2 in here and just have them breed with each other if you don't feel like bringing a bunch. But as you can see, they'll get to work straight away. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anyways, like I was saying, 7 and 8 villagers in here, just like so. And as you can see, they will all put their little farm hats on. They will all go straight to their jobs and doing their stuff. And so technically the farm is working right now already. They will sit there and trade with this guy and throw carrots and potatoes and whatnot. But we want this farm to be working faster. That's the whole point of having all these bees and all these flowers. And alright, so technically you're going to need about 32 bees. Now you don't have to use 32. Again, you definitely don't. But these will hold up to 32. So like 32 is around the size of bees that you want. You can just have like 2 in here and wait for them to breed, or bring a beehive with like 4 or 5 at a time. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I didn't spawn in an exact number of bees, but just know that there's a lot. The more, the better, because then they'll go faster. But just don't go too overboard to where it's just getting absolutely crazy and no one or villagers can't move. But as you can see, that little stuff on them like that is what will go ahead and pollinate each and every one of these. So there's about 30 in here right now, which is about a good number. As you guys can see, sitting there pollinating all of these, and they will do it fast. So yeah. And like I said, what you could do, there's already some baby bees, because what you can do is just bring a couple of bees in here or whatnot and have them breed with one another with flowers until you get a whole bunch of bees. And some people don't know this, but if you silk touch a bee nest like this one I have right here, if you find it in the wild and there's bees inside of it and you use a silk touch pickaxe while the bees are inside of it, you will actually keep the bees inside. Then you can place them down, let them fly around and whatnot, and then go ahead and break it when they are all out of it. So that's just one way of getting bees in here. I think you can use leads as well, and you can use flowers and whatnot, but it's not too difficult. It may just take a little bit of time to get a couple bees in here, and then you can breed them, and then you'll be all good to go. But yes, let's go finish ourselves our collection system. So right down here, as you can see, we have the 4 hoppers all going to this middle one. That's just the Minecraft hopper I threw in there earlier to demonstrate. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead, and you can use as many chests as you want or as little chests as you want. I'm just going to go ahead and throw down a whole bunch of chests like this on the front, and then I'm just going to go ahead and connect them to the back just like so, and this one down just like that. And so then what will happen is they will flow down through these hoppers and start filling up from the bottom up. So they'll fill up this bottom chest, and this one, then this one, then this one. It's really quite a simple system of just hoppers and chests. And yeah, now if you want to, you can go and throw in some torches or glowstone. I'm going to use glowstone in the ceiling because it looks nice. I'm just going to line it up with each one of these composters, and this is just to make sure that absolutely nothing spawns in here, because if any mobs spawn in here, especially a zombie, that would be very bad. All this hard work would kind of go to waste. So we just want to make sure that nothing can spawn in here anywhere by throwing in tons upon tons of glowstone. But yeah, just so you guys can see, at nighttime all the villagers will go to sleep, and all this glowstone will help light it up. So I just put glowstone in the corners as well to help light it up. You will get a bunch of zombies underneath and whatnot because they can see the villagers and they just really want to eat them. So I would light up the downside area down here, or if you just like zombies hanging around, I guess that's okay too. But yes, now you can just go ahead and AFK here and do whatever you want as long as this area is loaded. These guys will be producing tons upon tons of carrots and potatoes and wheat or whatever you have in here. I think that's the only 3. Oh, and beetroots, but I don't know who farms beetroots. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. That is this farm fully working and everything like that. And thank you guys for watching another video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, like always, just ask me in the comment section down below. I'll be down there trying to help as many people as possible. But like I always say, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. We're at like 8.5K, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.